Okay, testing. Is it working now? Hey, hi guys, welcome. Okay, I had to redo it. I didn't know what was going on. I think it might have been connected to my phone, possibly, maybe. Hi guys, I see y'all in the chat. Come on, chat. I feel like I'm at church. This is what I do when I'm watching church from a bedside Baptist. I, like to get in the comments like I'm at the church. Hi guys, thank you for commenting. Okay, so, I will. What time? Oh, I turned my phone off, so my audio will work. Okay, it's 6:05. I do love a good start on time, but I will give it a few minutes. Because I am recording live, but I also want to make sure that I am responsive to the chat feature. And so, if you have questions that you're interested in asking, you can go ahead and start putting them in the chat. I have my paper and I have my pen, and I will be answering any questions that I can answer. I will do my best to find the answer. I am so proud of you guys for coming and participating already. I just have to put that out there. I am pressed. Dry cleaners pressed. Okay. So while we're doing that, period, come on now. All right. It's me saying I'm going to wait 5 minutes, and I just looked at my watch. It only 1 minute passed. Clearly excited. Period. What are my expectations? Oh, come on with the questions. Come on, interview questions. Yes, put all your questions in the chat. You can speak for the people, speak for the trees. I will answer whatever I have the power and capability to answer. I will be very transparent about the things that I cannot answer, but I am absolutely willing to direct you to the person with the answers. Ooh, period. Come on, custom outfit for the baby. Come on, custom outfit. I love a custom outfit. Yes. So the good news is everybody that tunes in to the live stream, and I'm thinking it just needs to be for the live stream. I'm not doing anything extra. If they watched it after the live stream, that wasn't live. That's like a rerun, like we're watching Martin. So everybody that is online, and I'm gonna check the email, check the chat. They'll be entered into the raffle. And today is Wednesday. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna make the announcement tonight. I'm gonna put all the people into Chat GBT, and I'm gonna say, hey, pick a winner, and we're gonna have a winner by the end of the session. How about that? 2 minutes. Please email me. Come on. Okay. We already have back to school night covered, so yes, we're gonna talk about that. So back to school night. No problem. I went and saw Christiana today. That's my baby. Or did I see her yesterday? I saw her. I was all up in her face. I was like, come on, girl, welcome back. Connor, my boo, saw him. I'm already on him. Wear your glasses. Don't play with me, Mr. Connor. The Boss twins are so tall. Like, what are you feeding the children? It's ridiculous. 6:09, 1 minute. Come on, 1 minute. See, normally I would have music and stuff, but my audio was acting really funky, and so I didn't do that today. But it's cool because I'm pretty entertaining. All right, still 1 minute. Clearly, I'm rushing. Ciao, yes, I made it. All right, let's talk about dead. Then talk about dead. He gonna be himself. That's what he's going to do. He will be himself. I'm surprised I haven't seen him break dance yet. That's the one thing I haven't seen from him. Normally he would have did a spin on his head by now, but he just walking around regularly. Must be the third grade in him. Ha! 6:10. Let's hit it. All right. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Miss Jackson. I am your friendly neighborhood professional school counselor. I am also the Maryland counselor or the Maryland School Counselor Association Counselor Educator of the Year. Last week, I actually made Prince George's County Hall of Fame. I've been inducted. Go me, go me. I do want to talk about my background. So, I have been counseling for 10 years. I've been in education for about 15, and I've been running a small business for about 20. Okay. And so the when I go from one county or one state or one school, I always take something with me, and I call that the counseling garden. And so if you look at my YouTube account, you can kind of see, or it's not, you can't, you can kind of, I have a website which can be found at victoriaantoinette.com, but also you can peruse or navigate the YouTube channel, and you can see I like to keep track of what the babies are doing throughout the day, respecting the privacy of the families who do not want their students recorded. I'm very mindful of that, but also I post social emotional wellness videos. I post mindful minutes. You'll start to see more content roll out as the school year progresses. I post activities that are going on in school. I talk about things that I think are important for families to know. I talk about things that families need to know, and I talk about things that the families want to know. What I do is also I provide support and guidance for other school counselors, help perform better at their duties, and I help them plan and develop comprehensive school counseling plans. And so, what that looks like is being able to put something in place that's effective, that's research proven, evidence based strategies, meaning we are looking at the data, we're looking at what works, we are continuously implementing the things that work, we're removing the things that do not work, but we are providing evidence with the data tracking to say, hey, here is the proof. And so I love a good pre-test, post-test. I love focus groups. I love surveys, and I really love collecting data. One thing about me that all of my colleagues know, and most of my families, is if there's a meeting that is to be had, they want Miss Jackson in the meeting because I take copious amounts of notes. And the purpose of that is it's important to capture what is discussed with our families. It's important to understand what the expectations are of the school and the expectations of the family. Okay, so that is my welcome and introduction. As far as Andrew Jackson Academy specifically, I am the department chair. I am also the professional school counselor, primarily for grades pre-K through 4 this year, not through 5. And then Miss Brown Wilbon is my counterpart. She will be supporting grades 5 through 8. And so I have been here for 6 years. So it really doesn't matter what grade the kids are. One thing most people tell you is we don't know how Miss Jackson does it. I make it my business to know everybody's name. We may not be the closest, but I can call them out. I can check on them. I can ask them how their day is. We can talk about their parents. We can talk about their weekend. But one thing we will do is talk. And so it's really important as a counselor to make sure I'm involved in all of the things that go across anybody's table, especially anything that I know about. And so, as far as the welcome and introduction, the elementary school team has a new administrator. Her name is Miss Pryor. I literally am in love. Okay. She is on top of her game. She came from Gaywood Elementary School, and she has some of the same values and beliefs that I have, which are we want to use data and we want to use research proven interventions and strategies to support our children, because our goal is we want them reading, we want them doing math, we want them comprehending, we want them to be well mentally, we want them to be well in behavioral health as well, and we want them to be college and career bound. And so luckily I've had the luxury of meeting the new superintendent. I like that guy too. He's pretty cool. I've met Dr. Joseph a couple times. I actually met him on the first time I met him was August 20th. I was in the middle of yapping. And if you've met me in person, you know I can yap. I get all excited. I'm all animated. So there's this guy sitting next to me, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Probably clothes. I love clothes and fashion. So I was talking to um a she just retired, Miss Janice Briscoe, or Dr. Janice Briscoe. She just retired. I was talking to her because she's a Delta, and she asked me to make her some clothes with all the Delta apparel that they have. And I said, yes, girl, I got you. And so while I'm kikiing, Dr. Joseph sits next to me, and I look at him, and I finally, like, you know how when you're sitting real close to somebody, you don't really want to be all up in their face. So you kind of like give them a little side eye. So I kind of looked at him, I'm like, you look familiar. And he's like, oh, really? My name's Sean. And I'm like, I don't know any Sean's. And then I was like, oh my gosh, as in Sean Joseph, Dr. Joseph, the superintendent. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. So now I'm like, I'm acting like I was fake shy. First of all, I'm not shy at all. I'm like, oh my God, it's so good to meet you. Wow, you're doing an amazing job. Had to hype him up. And so he's actually great. And so we actually have also had, no, for real, I really was like, and so the other thing is he came up here on Monday. So if you are a drop off, if you drop your babies off in the morning on, I'm sorry, not Monday, Tuesday, you would have seen a lot. It was a big deal out front. The news was here, the chief of staff, the daggone anybody. I think Trump might have been here, and not saying that he needs to be here, but that's how big of an event it was. The superintendent walked up in here with all these people, all type of people I didn't even know existed were walking up in here because very recently we had a remodel of the media center, and the babies all have new tech. So they have new tech carts, they have new laptops, they have new books, they have new tables, everything's painted. When you guys start coming into the building, the space is transformed, honey. And so I have even changed my office. I'm upset that my background is blurry because y'all know I love a detail and y'all can't even see the detail. I'm upset about that. The other thing is, the other space that I'm typically in is the one I share with Miss Garner and Mrs. Stewart. We also are getting a remodel, and we're going to have a ribbon cutting. And so when we have that ribbon cutting, I expect everybody to come and be like, woo, we got new stuff. Okay, we got to hype it up. Okay. So that is my welcome and intro. Are there any questions about anything about introductions, or does anybody have any questions about something related to that part, like trying to get to know someone? And please let me know. I hope that you have explored the Roar and Explore guide. The link I will type into the chat in case you have not seen it. Okay, so that is the link to the Roar and Explore guide. My intention is to put a staff directory. And so for those parents that may not be dropping their kids off or who are not necessarily active in the school community, they will still have access to know what teachers teach what grades, what staff members are in what roles, and then how to connect with them via email. And so I do want to put that in place, but we are still there's a couple teachers switching in and out. And so I just want to make sure before I put that information publicly, I have the right information, because I don't want you emailing Mr. Johnson and the teacher's name is Mr. Douglas. Okay. And so any questions about that? Okay. I don't see anything in the chat, so I'm going to keep it moving. All right. So Next on my list, um, I am feeling very good about this school year. I am so excited about the pillars that the superintendent wants to focus on, which is attendance, special education, making sure our students have mental and behavioral health supports, um, college and career readiness, and then showing up at school every day on time. And so this particular year, I want to express how important it is for our babies to be in school every day, on time, all day long. And so when we start to think about chronically absent students, meaning they missed 10% of school, so that's 1 out of 10 days. And that doesn't really sound like a lot, but it adds up because so much content is put into one day in the curriculum. If they miss one day, they might not be able to build on a skill that they'll need the next day. Okay. And so it's going to be really important. Everybody's here all the time. I have another video. I'm not too tech savvy with YouTube yet, but I'm going to work on it. I have another video that explains grading and reporting policies and how that connects to the attendance. So, something that I also want you to prioritize as a parent are your rights as a parent and the rights of your student. Okay. And so, for example, school just started, but in the code of conduct, there needs to be 2 grades per week. If the student is there all week, you need to see 2 grades every week. Don't wait until progress reports. Oh, I didn't know my kid was failing. Teacher didn't call you. We're not doing that this year. I'm trying to tell you, the elementary school council, the elementary AP, she's not playing with the teachers. She's not even playing with me. And y'all know I've been doing this job a long time. She is telling me what I need to do. She's like, "You're not doing that. You're doing this." They get paid to do it. They're going to do their work. She's literally on top of it. It's giving chef's kiss. Your babies are literally in some of the best hands I've ever seen, and some of those hands include my own. And so when I say I have prayed, and I know this is a school thing, but honey, I pray. I prayed for the type of school year that I think that we're going to have this year. And that's because we are getting the proper supports. We're getting the proper attention for our babies. We are getting funding. Okay. We are getting supports for our babies that have academic needs. I don't want kids in class that need additional support not to have the opportunity to experience um to experience. I'm sorry, I started reading the chat. I got off topic. But I want our babies that need additional support to receive it. That includes small group, that includes one-on-one instruction, that includes scaffolding techniques, meaning that they're building on it. So, for example, if your baby is a visual learner, but then in the class you have some kids that are audio or they are kinesthetic, they need to be touching. One lesson includes all of those elements. And so if a student did not grasp it in one way, they have an opportunity to learn it in many other ways. And so we have coaches for our staff. We have new academy for our new teaching staff. We have a a I would say a very good combination. We have some old school staff, and for me, that means experienced teachers. Okay. And then we have some new school staff, meaning I would say less than 5 years of teaching, honestly, less than 10, because teaching is something that is really an art. And so with the new staff, I like the new staff because they've learned new strategies and they are able to connect with the younger babies versus many of the expert staff are using strategies that are proven and that have worked with the students they've worked with for many years. And so having both of those together, in my opinion, I really do value what we have built here. Mr. Tweedy has done an excellent job of staffing the building as far as bringing people in to provide support and academic stuff for our kids. Okay. Let me check the chat real quick. Oh, I know you lying. Say less. Let me get you on the countdown. All right. Okay, let me look. Y'all need to write this down. I will put it in Class Dojo, but I'm going to send the emails. I won't put them in this simply because my page is public. And sometimes people get a little weird and start spamming stuff when they don't have any business. So I will make sure that you have the administrator's email because that is something that she very openly communicated to the teachers, is that she wants them to all have active class dojos, and all of their parents should have been connected from the first day of school. It's Wednesday. We're past the first day. She's not going to like that. So just understand your power as a parent, and that you too can have expectations, but also understand, which is how I'm very clear, I have expectations of my parents, which is why I can't wait to start talking about PBIS, because I'm like all razzle dazzle about that. Okay. So back to the attendance and engagement. Um, Look at it like this. There are some families, and this is important, because we know how much our families love our school community. But if your baby is out of area, you need to let the school know, and you need to request a special transfer, or I hate to say this, you need to go to the neighborhood school, because that's going to help with the attendance and being able to show up on time. Okay. Transparently, I lived in PG County at one point, and I was sending my son, I was going over the bridge every day to take my baby to Virginia. And one day I was like, I know you lying. I'm sick of this, because my job is one direction. My son's going to school in another direction. So I ended up moving to accommodate his school. Okay. And so now I live in Virginia. Okay. Um, what that means though, it looks like maybe you having a bus. I know Synergy has done something different. And because we have been prioritizing the safety of our walkers, many students get a bus now. And so that's something that we've been working on for 3 years. And so we have to say, come on, come on. Small wins are still a win. So now many of our babies have buses, which is why there was so much confusion, I think, yesterday, is because in the system, with them putting buses in place, many students that walked home or were picked up, Synergy said they go on a bus. And so the adults were just doing what the system said, because what we don't want is a bunch of kids to be at the school and they were supposed to ride a bus home. We are very aware that some of our families do not have transportation. Okay. And so we don't want to be put in a situation where we have kept the baby here and they really needed to ride the bus home. I'm very aware that also some of our families, or some of our babies, are latchkey kids. And so there are older siblings who are taking care of younger siblings. And I don't mean older like high school. I mean, like fourth graders are taking care of pre-K students. And guess what? That's part of our community. Okay. We're not talking about Montgomery County. We're talking about PG County. We're talking about Regency Parkway. And that's the bottom line. Some of our parents have to work multiple jobs. Some of our parents are taking care of multiple children. Some of our parents are not commuting. Some of our parents are not healthy enough to commute. And we don't want to create any more problems. We want to alleviate as many problems as we can as a school system, which is why it's important for me to talk about the family partnerships and the types of things that we offer. So I'm going to cover that last. All right. So, with attendance and engagement, the school doors open at 8 a.m. The school or the students are released from class at 3:10 p.m. Okay. If you need to pick your child up early, you need to pick them up before 2:30 p.m. But please consider this. I know for a fact middle school teaches until 3:09. And depending on the elementary teacher, they're teaching until 3:11. And so with that being said, if you pick your child up 2, 3 times a week at 2:30, they may have math in the afternoon. So they have now missed 120 minutes of math that week. Just think of it that way. Think about literally count down to the minutes. I picked my child up 3 hours early. So whatever topic, whatever they're studying during that window, they've missed that amount of time. And so I like to remind parents of that when they are scheduling doctor's appointments or when the baby is not having a great day. Coming to school is better than not coming at all. If they're going to come late, at least make sure they get here. But I would prefer they come late or leave early than missing the entire day. So just please be mindful of when babies are saying their tummy hurts, inclement weather days, doctor's appointments, ear aches, coughs. you're not feeling your best, you don't want to, you have an off day, so you're like, ain't nobody going anywhere today. Just keep in mind they're losing X amount of time with that subject or that bit of instruction. Okay. The other thing is, um, we have this funding to incentivize our babies coming to school every day on time. And so that kind of leads me into PBIS. Yay, let's talk about PBIS. So, Miss Patton and I are the PBIS coordinators for this year. So, last year, Mr. Tweedy wanted to try something different. And so, I was not a part of the PBIS last year. But this year, he's like, okay, uh, can we just go back to kind of what we were doing? And I said, say less, I'm going to do it. I played hard to get. I won't lie. I was like, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it because, first of all, it's fun when I do it. Okay. So I like to have fun. I don't even want to come to work if we're not having fun in here. Okay. So I know the kids don't want to come because they got to do all the learning. I wouldn't come if it wasn't fun. I would quit. I would quit school. So luckily, we're going to make it fun this year. So what I am talking about with PBIS, for those that don't know, it's a positive behavior intervention system. Okay. And so many times when people immediately think of PBIS, they think it's just events. But PBIS is about behavior. And so the way we support behavior is we incentivize good behavior and we correct behavior that needs to be improved. And so, some of the things that I have talked about, and Miss Patton and I are working very closely in tandem. I have proposed, or we have proposed. It's okay. Come on, cook that dinner, girl. We'll be eating fried chicken and mac and cheese. Come on, girl. And thank you for coming, though. What I just said. Showing up late is better than not showing up at all. Come on now. Come on now. Can I get a woo woo? Period. And so, with PBIS, uh instead of suspension, so transparently, and this is something that I want you guys to push. The same way I love data, as parents and families, you need to know about the data too. Ask the questions. So when you say, how well does my child read? Do not let the teacher say, my child cannot read. Or don't say, oh, they're below. You want to ask very specific questions like, in comparison to the other kids in the class, where are they? Because that matters. Okay. Where are they in comparison to the state? Where are they in comparison to the county? So if somebody says your child is low, you really don't know. They might be the best reader in the class, even though they might not be on the grade level, but that makes a difference. Okay. So those are the type of questions or those are the type of conversations that we're going to be having this year. I'm going to be like, hey, do you know what grade level your child is reading on? Sometimes parents are shocked. I had some second graders reading on fourth grade level. I had some seventh graders reading on a kindergarten level. Okay. So that looks very different. But those are conversations that we are definitely going to be having this year. So with the PBIS specifically, I want to incentivize positive behavior. I want to incentivize attendance. I want to incentivize citizenship. I want to incentivize parents being involved with their children in the school community. Okay. Because guess what? I am a mommy too, and it's difficult. I'm just be honest. I have one baby. He's 17. He almost finished. But guess what? This was a long journey. Okay. And being able to show up for ourselves and show up for our families and show up for our kids in a way that is helpful and not harmful is not always easy. So I want to celebrate with the families, and I want to celebrate the families and the parents who are doing that, because it's very important and I don't want that to ever be minimized. The bottom line is we all were just born for the first time, and we are all learning how to do stuff still, to include parenting. Some of us are still raising ourselves. So to be raising kids, child, bless all of us. Okay. I'm still growing. I told my son, we made it. We grew up together. We grew up together, okay? So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. This is a journey, and the bottom line is I am here to make sure at least this part of the journey is a little bit easier. We're taking some stuff off your plate, and when you let that baby out that car or when you send that baby out of the house, they're in good hands here. And like I said, these are the hands, okay? And so with that incentive, I'm not sure if you guys know, we are also a community school here. And woohoo, I am the community school liaison, meaning, excuse me, Miss Garner is the community school coordinator, aka she handles all the money. I'm the liaison, meaning I am more at the ground level of, hey, these are the things we need. This is the data that I collected. These are the things I think we should do. And so, with that being said, obviously, I am a dreamer and I am a developer and I'm very futuristic. So, I have already proposed a million things. I mapped out the whole year already. But all my coworkers, I'm gonna just be very honest, I do too much. They hate to see me coming. They hate to see an email from me because I have put way too much in it. Just saying. They don't want to see my emails. And honestly, if I was not me, I probably wouldn't want to see my email either. I'm just be honest. So, some of the things that I have talked about already is I want our families in this building a lot. Where are y'all? I want y'all in here. I want y'all to be able to go to the classes. I want you to be able to kind of help out the staff. I want you to be able to, hey, you might want to volunteer and serve lunch to the staff for staff appreciation. You might want to pop up and surprise the kids. I want PBIS days. I want families coming in to do, workshops. I want you guys to come in and do laundry. I want you guys to come in and get the food that you need, pick the uniforms out, whatever. I literally want y'all in here. And so it's going to be really important that we band together, we connect. And so our voice is stronger and it's amplified if more people are saying the same things. Okay. Which is why I'm like, no, we're going to talk today and we're going to get questions out the way today because these are my expectations for the school community and for my parents and for my children. Okay. All right. Okay. Just so y'all know. All right. And guess what, mommy? That's not stopping you. It's not going to stop you because I'm going to try to find a way to get you up here. That's the bottom line. And so, mommy, you are new to the community. I'm going to just be very honest. We are very family oriented here. I'm just be honest. We do a lot for our families. I've worked in schools for a long time. And this is probably, first of all, the reason why I've been here for 6 years is because I love the kids. The way I'm like, look, I snowball fight with the kids. I drive through the neighborhood and pick at them. I follow them home. I fuss at the kids. One year I had to get permission. Can I snatch your kid up? Because I know you lying. You done left this little joker in here with me for all these days. Auntie about to come out of here. That's what's about to happen. Me and we're about to have a talk. And so I try to build strong relationships with my families because the bottom line is I am auntie. They call me auntie here. And so I take care of the babies like I'm auntie. And I'm like, I know you. I get to talking to I know you lying. I don't even yell. I'm not a yeller, but I like act like I'm yelling. And the kids are like, Miss Jackson, you're not even doing a good job at that. And I'm like, first of all, mind your business. Turn the other way or something, because I'm not even a good yeller. Okay. But yeah, these are my kids. And when my kids are here, I take care of my kids like they're my own. If I wouldn't let my own kid do it or get away with it, I'm not letting anybody else's kid get away with it. Cause I love my baby, but like, wait a minute. I love y'all babies too. So discipline is important. Just because you love somebody does not mean you cannot correct them. Okay. 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 And so as far as PBIS, we are having a back to school night. I do want to do a fall festival. I'm trying to think, is anybody on here? Was anybody on here when I did the fall festival a couple years ago? And I brought the pumpkin patch and we had a corn maze, we had moon bouncers, I had the radio station. It was a whole thing. I love a big event. We've had sneaker balls, all of those things. I want to bring back all of those things. I also want to have things that the parents say, hey, this is what we want. And I also want to have things that the parents host. And so, for example, why can't we do old school stuff like a bake sale? Y'all don't like cookies anymore? Like what? Why can't we, why can't my families go call the companies that they work for and ask them, can they sponsor, can they donate? That's what I need. I need our parents to partner with us like we're partnering with everyone else. And so, like I said, we need to amplify our voices. If you pass a business and you build a relationship with the business, hey, my son goes to this school. Do you think that you could do something for them? It's just going to be that simple. And they're going to say yes or they're going to say no. And what's the worst anybody can say is no. Well, y'all didn't give us anything anyway, so that no doesn't change anything. But if they say yes, we are in the business. Okay. Let me check my comments real quick. Period. Come on here because the school is awesome. Come on. That's why I'm still here too, girl. Samesies. Let's see. Right. Because the way I've seen when I first started working here, the people were quitting. They weren't even quitting at the end of the year. They would wake up on Tuesday and be like, yeah, I'm done with that place. And so for us to have staff that are willing to come back and show up every day already is such a huge testament to the transformation that the school has done. You come into the building, it's clean, it's safe. My office smell good. I'm not saying all the spaces in the look, I'm not saying everything smell good, but my office smells good. Okay. And I don't like bugs and I don't like mice and I don't ever see any of that in my office, in my space. Okay. And so I love that. We love our babies. We love on them hard. Listen, not to incriminate myself, but we do have a code of conduct for staff. And I'm not saying that I am a lawbreaker, but I am saying I am a law bender. I pick kids up, I coddle them, I feed them. Some of them, they I feed them so much, they're like, "What did you bring us for lunch today?" Well, let me be clear. I didn't bring us lunch at any point ever in my whole life. I brought me lunch, and you just happened to. I was nice enough to give you a little bit. Like they eat a lot. One thing I'm gonna do is buy some food, and as much as I'm like, I ain't getting you any. I'm giving all the kids food till I don't even have food. Some days I'm drinking. Look, it's giving coffee. No, seriously. One time I made this fried chicken. It was all crispy, and I made some mac and cheese. I was using the Gouda. I'm using look the I'm jazzing it up. The eighth grader came in here. He talking about let me. I have to do what he said because when he talks to me like this, I have to talk to him like this back. I'm young, but I'm like not all the way hip. I'm still kind of getting my hipness together. He like, bruh, you finna make me mad, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't eating the school lunch. What you got for me today? So I'm like, first of all, little bruh, you need to say hi. Second of all, little bruh, I don't have anything for you. I have something for me. Oh, bruh. Shh, shh. I don't know what this means. They do this, whatever that means. I'm like, you telling me to be quiet? He like, bruh. It's a bruh. I'm always a bruh. So I'm like, no, you're a little bruh. I'm a big bruh. If I'm gonna be a bruh, I'm the biggest. So that's that. But the bottom line is I didn't have fried chicken or mac. He had fried chicken, mac and cheese, and he had cabbage with the ham hock in it. And he talking about what you got for me today. Listen, and this is my other sidebar story. I love a good story. It was another little baby. I made a Mediterranean medley. So it had ground beef and zucchini in it. And I think I put like feta olives and cherry tomatoes. And this joker is like, oh man, Miss Jackson, this is so good. What is this? And I was like, it's zucchini. He said, oh, that's exotic. I'm sorry, it tickled me pink. He called the zucchini exotic. So I just had to tell y'all that story. Okay. I said, not me cooking exotic meals. Go, come on, Miss Jackson. I'm exotic now. He said, I never had this before. This exotic. Okay, I'm all right. I just had to get that out. I'm done. And so either way, like I said, y'all babies are our babies. We cover them. You let us know what the down low is, we gonna hook you up. Okay. And so are there any questions about that? Let's see. Community events that the babies can get involved in. All right. Talk to me more about that. When you say community events, because I want to make sure when you mention community events, I am thinking the same thing that you're thinking. Yes, I am going to do so right now. I know that we're going to do tyology, which is where they have the all male event. They teach them ties. I want to have a tea event for the girls. Um, I do want to have donuts with dad. I was thinking about a mommy and me dance. I don't know. You guys have to chime in. Let me know. Would you like a mommy and me dance? I thought that was cute because they always got a little daddy in me. First of all, the moms be throwing down, so I need to, I want to see some moms bring their little babies out and get cute. Just let me know what y'all think in the comments. Period. Okay. Um, Student president, and vice president. There are sports. There are sports and activities. We do have a SGA. Let me find more about that. I don't know who the person over SGA is. Um, but we have had that in the past. I'm not sure that they had that last year, but I will find out. And when I find out, I'll post on Class Dojo if you guys don't mind. That's my note. Find out more about SGA. We do have student ambassadors, which is led by Miss Brown Wilbon. Those students are typically seventh and eighth graders. However, Miss Murphy was previously teaching middle school. She came down to elementary this year. She's teaching third grade. We talked about having student ambassadors at the elementary level. And so that would be our fourth graders. Okay. So that'd be like third and fourth graders helping support the younger babies and they're capable. So I don't want us to ever diminish the skills of our babies just because of their age. We have to train them up in the way that they should go. So we have to give them the responsibility and hold them to the expectation so they can meet the demand of the responsibility and they'll get it. That's my belief. Okay. So I'm gonna look that up. Let's see what else we got. Um we haven't done a valedictorian. I kind of like that. Let me see if we can get that in. Let me see if we can get that on the board. Like, I really would love to do superlatives. We haven't done that here, and that would be so cute, right? To have like something where we're jazzing the kids up. Um, Canvas Kids, Canvas Kids is my baby. So let me tell y'all what we're doing this year. I have a couple ideas, but the sad thing is there's only one of me. That's it. It's only one of me. So I have to pick an idea. But let me tell y'all the idea that I have this year. So two things. So I want to have a junior Shark Tank. So the first year we did Canvas Kids, the kids had businesses if they wanted to. Some kids didn't want to, but we had art, fashion, music, and dance. And then there was an entrepreneurship track where on some days they learned how to start businesses. They had business cards. We had a pop-up shop. We taught them how to sew. We did 7 different types of art. It was a whole jam. We had a really big turnout. It was the bomb. Loved it. The next year we did something different. Last year we did something even different. So I think the year before we did a play. Was that the next year? We did like a Alice in Wonderland theme, then the follow in a fashion show. And then last year we did a spelling bee. And so the transparency around that is there was a clause of some sort that said kids could only participate in one program at a time. I didn't put that in place, to be clear. I hope it's not like that this year, but what I have in mind is that I want to do a junior Shark Tank. We're going to have a partner come in to teach the babies about business, and I want them to pitch ideas. And this is the part where, it's new. I want them to pitch ideas where it has something to do with improving the school community, whether it be in the building or in literally the community. And then I want shark or the judges to say, hey, we like your idea, we're going to implement that. And so the good news about the Shark Tank, like what I have set up right now, is our Canvas Kids babies, if they are successful with their business planning and development, they will go to a competition against other kids at the University of Maryland College Park. Come on, college and career readiness. And so I would love for them to do that. Now, the other part of Canvas Kids that I'm thinking about doing is I haven't come up with a name, but I'm gonna just tell you what my idea is. It's going to be a wash and fold. And so um if you look at some of the work that I do, I am big on sustainability, recycling, upcycling, reusing, repurposing. And so what I want the wash and fold to be is number one, I really want to target our younger babies because many times our younger babies are left out of things. And they have a lot of programs targeting sixth through eighth grade. I want my young babies in it. And guess what? The bottom line is they do enough learning all daggone day. Why do we got to do more learning? I mean, tutoring is important, guys. It really is. But y'all already did that for like 6, 7 hours. Go away. Like we doing something else. So in the afternoon, after school, I really want to do like a wash and fold situation. And so I want them to be able to learn how to do laundry on their own. I don't care if it's kindergarten, second grade, fifth grade, whoever. They're going to do laundry on their own. We have a washer and dryer. I want to show them how to wash clothes by hand, treat stains, use the washer and the dryer, do the settings correctly, separate all of that. And I want to show them how to repair their clothes, but we're going to do it the upcycle way. And so they're going to get to do their own clothes, but also once the babies have the skill down pat, I have already reached out to some organizations. Can they donate patches and fabrics and different things? So the school, let's say, many times we have to repair uniforms because, wear and tear. So I want the kids to be able to say, hey, I ripped my pants. They're going to bring them to our wash and fold school service in house. We're going to fix the pants, but we're going to put a cool patch on them. We're going to sew them. We're going to fix it. And it's going to be same thing with jackets, shirts. We're going to redesign them. And so I've already reached out to some people to see if they'll donate us some custom patches because how cute is that? I tried to get away with some school paraphernalia, guys. I think I'm really pushing it too far because the answer was no. But I'm working on it. Okay. I'm working on it. So that is my idea for Canvas Kids this year. I want them to be running all year. And I also want it to be, I'm thinking about having like a wash day, see if we can do like a Saturday wash day where our Canvas Kid babies, but also the families can come in and wash their clothes because I know in the past, there have been some families who the babies are not coming to school because they don't have clean uniforms or they don't have uniforms at all. And the bottom line is, I know you lying. In my opinion, this is a Victoria Jackson, not related to PG County opinion. Uniforms aren't that important. They shouldn't be taken out of class. They shouldn't be sitting in the office. They shouldn't be sent home. I'm not calling mommy to say your child don't have a school shirt on. Who cares? They came to school today. You lucky I'm not in here in my pajamas, okay? I showed up, and that's what's important. Being available. I don't care what they got on. You're never gonna get a call from me about anybody's uniform. I'm gonna be like, say less. I ain't like the uniform anyway. Who picked these colors? So either way, I'm gonna always look. One year, this is when Miss Gibson was here. One year, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna teach the kids how to make uniforms. I literally said I'm gonna teach them how to make khaki pants because first of all, the fit of the khaki pants is not even flattering. They be all high, or sometimes they all be all thin and wrinkled and stuff. Ew. So I'm like, oh, we can. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna teach the kids they can make their own custom uniforms. Miss Gibson was like, Miss Jackson, if they're all custom, they're not uniform. I was like, that's valid. You're right. It's not a uniform if they're all different. Okay, she got me on that. So I haven't thought of a workaround. My workaround is, well, we're gonna put patches all over the pants that they're supposed to wear. That's all I came up with. We're gonna make them cute. Somebody gonna have a plaid kneecap. I don't care. It's not a hole though. How about that? So that's something I am working on, okay? Yes, y'all get the fingerprints so y'all can get in here. The way I want y'all walking around, I want y'all to be in here so much people think you work here. Oh, Miss Bird, girl, it's good to see you again. Did you get a donut out the teacher's lounge? And you could be like, I sure did. That's how much I want y'all to be in here. I want y'all to be in here so much that it's like, Miss Bird, I want them to call you like, Renee, do you think you can come up real quick? I just need something stapled. I'm making something up. I don't know if people need help with stapling. Just saying. Like, I want people to be able to come in and feel comfortable to come in. I don't want you to feel out of place when you're entering the building. I don't want anybody giving you a weird look, or any of that. I want you to be so familiar. You talking to teachers that the kid doesn't even go to yet. You like, hey, he gonna have you next year, and she be like, hey. That's how much I want y'all to be in here. Okay. Let me see. So get your fingerprinting and get your volunteer stuff done. Come on, Riley. I saw her today. Her little braids are so cute. That's my Buki. That's my Buki. A talent show. I love a talent show. I'm gonna just be honest, because the way I want to get a broom and sweep people off the stage, that's literally what I'm down for. I want to be like Apollo, but I'm like, kids might cry, but it would be funny, but they might cry. And I'm like, crying is like a participation trophy type vibe. But it doesn't matter. I hope an eighth grader performs because I want to sweep them off stage. Hopefully, some staff perform because I'm definitely sweeping them off stage. I'm gonna sweep them for stuff unrelated to the talent show. Remember that time you put that kid out of class, get you right off the stage. I don't even want to hear what you're talking about. You're gone. Remember that time you parked in my spot? Sweep it. They're gone. You ain't want to hold the door for me? Ain't you a man? You're off the stage. So I can't be a judge because I'm already thinking about people I'm sweeping and they didn't even sign up for the talent show. So I'm not going to be the judge. Okay. Plus, if all the kids are I can't be the judge because I'm like, you were so good. How many winners can there be? Well, how many first places can there be? I'm going to have like 10 kids in first place. I can't be a judge. Just let me be an MC because the way the kids are gonna be like, I'm a winner. I'm like, you are, boo. I'm bringing you Chipotle tomorrow because you earned that. So don't don't put me in charge of that. I do think we should have one though. Talent shows take a lot of organization only because there needs to be somebody need to try out. They just need to simply try out. I don't want anybody. I don't want my pre-K babies. I'm gonna read a poem. I'm just be honest. They can't. Some of them can't read. Okay, why would they sign up to read a poem? I need to know that you can read before you offer to read to us. Because what I don't want to do is be like, 3 minutes later, we trying to figure out what the title of the poem is. I don't have time for that. So it needs to be like a tryout. Is it gonna be free? Who's gonna host? Who's gonna be here after school with the kids? I love that. I'm gonna put a talent show down on my list. But that is the fourth time I heard that. I had planned a talent show twice. One time it was a virtual talent show, and this was during COVID. That was really fun because you have to think, just imagine virtual talent shows. So we're trying to watch somebody's screen, but of course, people were still trying to learn how to use the camera. So people walking around in diapers, people taking bras off, kids doing flips, like it was all people not on mute. It was a whole situation. But it was funny though. But it was a whole situation. So I like that. Something else we talked about so far this year is a student or like a teen summit where there's a panel of kids, the community comes out, they talk about whatever the topic is, and then they engage with the speakers. And so the speakers would be other students and things that they talk about: violence in the community, drugs in the community, coming to school, increasing study habits, how to make friends. Like I want them to be able to talk to their peers about this. And that's what I mean. I want our kids to I want to start to develop their leadership skills. Okay. Let me see. Period. Winter formal. So okay. See, I don't like when people came last year because I know last year people was like, I don't like that school. And I don't like people saying that. But the truth of the matter is, I barely liked the school myself last year. I barely liked it myself. So I'm like, keep talking trash. I can't say it, but you can say it. I don't like this school. I'm just be honest. I ain't like it either. I barely did. I ain't never took off work so much more than I took off last year. I was like, Normally I'll skip some. So I'm the department chair. I'm supposed to go to all these meetings that are out of the building. The way I was like, so first of all, I didn't go for a really long time. And I'm being like people, Miss Doreen, if you ever see this, I came to everything I was supposed to last year. That's what you need to know. And last year I was. Any other year, I was like, I ain't going to that. Cause I'm like, I love it being in here. But last year I was like, nope, I'm taking a break. Y'all, last year I was getting bit, ate, kicked. Somebody probably look, I have oh, y'all can see it. Okay. These are bite marks. I got socked one time by a second grader. That little joker lined me up. I'm giving hugs out. He was like, hi, yeah. I said, I know you lying. Where your mom at? Because I'm going to bite both of y'all. Listen, last year was a rough year, okay? We all struggled. Yes, I was about to bite somebody's kid because I know y'all lying. Bite and fight. I'm biting and fighting the kids last year. You go bite me. I got teeth too. Like my teeth are older than yours. They probably sharper. Don't play. And so, them let me tell you something. Them daggone silver caps. I already know they bite. They listen, okay. It makes it. It's so funny because my little babies. I work with me working with the younger kids. My favorite thing with the young kids is when they are missing all their front teeth, but then they have their they have their caps in the back. Hello, Miss Jackson. Hey, me making fun. Hey, those are my favorite babies, and I'm like, okay, come on, fingers all sticky, nose all snotty. Come on, I love you too, but we gonna clean you up. One thing I'm gonna do is make sure the kids look good. Okay. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me check my little chat. I'm loving this little chat feature. It's giving. Okay. All right. Come on, Riley with the Pillow Talent Show. That's on there. A dance. So not last year. It was a winter sneaker ball that we had, which was super fun. Everybody was so cute. I'm gonna see if we can do that again. The reason why we got shut down one year is because when I planned it, let me just be honest. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I was still outside. I've always been a hard worker, but I was outside, and so I tried to. And I didn't try. I made the sneaker ball like an outside, like it was giving kitty cabaret. I was like, "Who want a table? Y'all want snacks?" It was giving kitty cabaret. We got shut down. So after that, they said, "I know y'all lying," and so I ain't gonna do it like that. I'm gonna just do it the real kid way, which is like, "Y'all want some pretzel sticks?" That's how we gonna get that through. Y'all want pretzel sticks? It's free to come. That's because the time I tried to tell, let y'all reserve tables, we went viral on TMZ, y'all. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, let me see. Absolutely love that. Have so one of the so we do that with campus kids. We do have our older kids come back. I go to the high schools. I'm all in the high schools, and like I said, I'm a professional yapper. So when I go to my conferences, I'm always like, is my kid over there? I have a I have my number everywhere, but it's a Google phone number. I give it to the parents, I give it to the kids, and my kids text me. One day, literally like a week ago, she just went to ninth grade. She texted me, "Hello, Miss Jackson, it's your daughter." Of course, I for some reason I just knew who it was. I said, "Hello, my love. How is it?" She was like, "I'm fine. Are you going to get me something for the beginning of the new school year?" Where is your mommy? But I'm like, yes, yes, I am. What do you want? That's these are all my kids. All my kids. That's right up my alley. That's what I did in Annapolis High School. Come on, Rebecca. Come on, come on. Yes, come over here and bring them Annapolis High School skills over here. Don't let it come on now. I like to use all the skills. Everyone felt the same way. No, for real, period. We all struggled. For real, I was ready to leave. Y'all wasn't about to see me again. Put my little transfer in. I'm like, where I'm about to go? Because this is stupid. So let's see. I like a poetry club. There's a teacher here named Mr. Bursico. He's really into like poetry. He has already talked about he really likes poetry, music, and spoken word. Poetry club. I like that. And so last year I know there was a big push around extracurricular activities. They have not made an announcement yet. However, if the parents are like, "Hey, can we do this? Like just give me the ideas." I want you guys to come in. I want the staff, I want the administrators to hear from you and say, these are the things we want to see in our community. You have to be vocal like that. You have to organize and you have to be vocal. That's why I'm like, send mommy, send Miss E all the questions. I saw her today. I said, what the question? She said they only sent two. I said, no, you lying. I'm about to bite y'all too. Y'all better, you have to, we have to organize. We just have to. Listen, the world is changing and y'all know it's changing because we have a new president. And listen, he making sure the money go to the people at the top. And guess the truth is, this is not a community that's at the top. We're consistently overlooked. So that's why I'm like, no, we need to band together. We got to get this together. Listen, we need to amplify our voices. And the way we're going to do that, we got to make noise. We got to shake the trees. Okay. So let me see what else we got. Saying I think we all struggled last year is literally making my day. All right. Let me see. I like a bowling night. What bowling alley? Is it so I love all of the ideas. So just think about this. Is it going to be something accessible for families? That's my only question. Can our families get there? Like, is it somewhere like they can ride the bus or it's like close by with the Uber? Whatever it is, if it's local, let's do it. If it's not local, I would love to do, okay, let me tell you. This is a live conversation, but I mean, it's going to come out anyway. So, something I think would be really cool. I thought about doing like a weekend field trip club. And so, instead of just kids going, it's like inviting families. The whole family, would come and we would get a charter bus and we're going to go wherever we're going to go on Saturday, whether it be we going to DC to go to the Art Tech Museum, we're going to the exhibits, the museums, or we're going to go to Philly for a day. I would love to have like a weekend travel field trip club with the families. What y'all think about that? Let me see. I like bowling night, sneaker ball boom, field trips. Child, they tore the field trips up, and y'all might not know I was in second grade trying to help out. I tore them field trips down. The lady told me stop putting field trips in. She said I put in too many. We were gone like every week. We was having in-school field trips and out-of-school field trips, and when we weren't out the building, we was doing something. I you don't want me teaching class because we are not going to be here. That's what. So yes, more field trips. I know that they put some more money in field trips this year. The school does take donations. What type of donations are you referring to though? Crochet club. Do you know how to crochet? I used to crochet. I don't crochet anymore. I teach sewing. So I have 12 sewing machines. I have a heat press machine. I have a 3D printer. I have two Cricuts. What else do I have? A serger. So I teach, that's my vibe. I teach the kids how to sew. I teach them how to make clothes. I was not patient enough to follow through with crochet. Let's see. Yes, I could make baby clothes if that's the request. I could. So, Miss Burr, I love that. What if like you maybe came in and did like a crochet night? Oh, look, we all over the place. But let me tell you another idea I had. Let me just write that down. I had another idea. So one of the things I wanted to like an incentive for attendance is the kids, and this is for the parents and the kids. So let's say your kid, for every 30 days that they show up, they earn a game night. And so it'd be a game night ticket. If the kid showed up for 30 days, we would take the kids, I'm making this up, but like we'll take them from 5 to 8 on a Friday night. And so the parents get to have a free night. And then we got the kids. So it's like the kids are like, oh, we having game night. And the parents are like, no, we haven't. You're being babysat at the school. I thought that was a cool incentive. What do you guys think? Like a earn some time away from home. Let me know what you guys think about that. Yes, Miss Bird. I would love if you could do that. Hosted a group session with the students weekly to talk about things going on. Yes. I talked about, so I mentioned I would like, and I'll talk to the clinician about this. I think she would be on board, but having evening, like at one point, there was one year I was here, and this isn't common. This is not common, but one particular year I was here, we had an increase in transgender students, and they were expanding the LGBTQ plus supports. So they were rolling out, like, allowing children to pick what they identified as. They were allowing children to pick their pronouns. They were talking about how to make bathrooms gender neutral. It was a whole situation. And so what was interesting about that is many of the parents of the students who were transgender were struggling, and they needed support. They needed a group. And so something like having, and I'm just throwing this out there, like a grief group, or if it's like some of our families, like one year I did a data collection. 81% of our parents that completed the survey said they were struggling with anxiety and depression. So, what does that look like? Like, how does that impact our kids? And so, I'll tell you what I've observed, or what I noticed, is when our families, when our parents are having anxiety and they're having depression, they're really not able to function. And so they are not prioritizing the babies. They are not even able to care for themselves. And so the kids' attendance starts slipping. And it's not because the kid can't come to school, it's the parents are not in the mental state to even get the kids to school. So I do want to make sure that we really do have supports for things like that. Okay. So of course you also can just send me types of groups that you guys would be interested in, and I can work on getting those things put in place. Okay. Yes, come on. Get the come on, get them to do a thing. Yes, come on, make pillow. I love a pillow. Listen, y'all, I am a collector of things that are beautiful. And so one thing I do, though, I do fundraise, I do community map, and I do acquire donations. One thing I can do really well is fundraise. I'll fundraise. Listen, I will raise water for a well. That's how what type of fundraising I'm doing. Um, and very recently, because we have been blessed to have some of these remodels, I have given the teachers, yes, I didn't let them borrow. I gave my stuff away. Are y'all proud of me? I gave away my pillows, my couches, my rugs, my tables, my chairs, and I have dispersed it among the school and the classrooms. Okay. Please be proud of me, because the way I said, you have to take this now when I'm feeling like giving it away, or you're never going to get it. You're not going to have any seating for kids in your class. So, yes, we do take donations. We do need pillows. I love the pillow club. That would be really cool. What if you if ooh, look at me. I have an idea. I told you it's my favorite line. What if you guys did crochet pillows for the calming corners, like Miss Bird? What if you did like um you guys created pillows for classrooms, or like really big pillows that kids can kind of calm, or you guys make they call them sensory teddy bears, but what if you like crochet teddy bears for the kids? Like, come on, Miss Burr, I'm gonna let you run that because I actually really love that idea. I just can't do it. I'm only one person, but I love it. So if you can do it, I want you to do it. Yes, I can make baby clothes and I can make dog clothes. I know y'all see my puppy. He's so cute. He like is disrespectful though. I think it's really like a little Caucasian gay man in him, because he has a really tude. Like, bro, are you a diva or what? Just really weird. Um, Let me see. Perfect. Okay, I love all of this. Perfect. So we're on board. It's me going over an hour. Come on, office hours. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Next. Um we briefly talked about social emotional wellness. So what does that look like? So somebody's calling me. Okay, she doesn't. Okay. It's Mama Hills. That's Mrs. Garner. She's probably like, "Are you still at the school?" Yes, I am. I'm talking to my families. We almost finished. I'm gonna try to be done in an hour, not an hour. I'm gonna try to be done in 15 minutes. Social emotional wellness. So, to be clear, I had to explain this to the staff too. The county only mandates. I'm sorry. The county mandates what we need to do for each grade level. So there was a common misconception that the school counselor is solely responsible for social emotional learning. Well, the truth of the matter is that's not true at all. Social emotional learning is the responsibility of everybody, the parent, the teacher, the counselor. It starts at home. It shows up in the classroom. So the teachers need to embed social emotional wellness into the lessons. So when we think of social emotional wellness and we think of the things that the kids are getting, we think of I think of a coping strategy. How does your child manage their emotion? And so if you watch one of my other office hour videos, difficult conversations with difficult children, a lot of the behavior is it starts with the parent modeling more positive, respectful, more mature behavior. That's just the truth. They are learning behavior, whether it be from their peers, or they're learning it from home, or they're learning it from their siblings. But behavior just tells a story. Okay. That's the short answer. I won't go into it here, but with the social emotional learning, we have Hazel Health. We have Interdynamics, which is the school clinician Kay Jackson. We have Kirsten Care. We we have myself, we have Miss Brown Wilbon. And then if you would like outside therapeutic services, you want some referrals, we can provide that. Okay. Though those are those things, but also keep in mind, like I said, I'll be posting videos online where you can follow along, or you guys can watch them at home or practice them. And you will see your skills and your baby skills grow with consistent use. Okay. This year, I've been talking back to everybody. It's not a lot that you can say to me that I'm not going to come up with something very witty, and I'm going to do it very quickly. And so something I want the staff and the kids to understand, I want our children to be treated fair. I want the staff to be firm, and I want the staff to be consistent. Okay, fair, firm, consistent. And I'm also going to be fair, firm, and consistent. And what that means for me is that my fair, firm, and consistent is, if I let a kid slide doing this, I have to let all the kids slide doing that. If I'm buying Chipotle for this baby because they sat in their seat all day, I have to be willing to buy Chipotle for this baby who had a really good day. Okay. And so that's how my fair, firm, and consistent. I also want to be very consistent in the messages that I send to the families and the children. Okay. Um, any questions about that? Okay. To be clear, I never addressed how many lessons. So the teachers are to do social emotional lessons, like time management, conflict resolution. They are to embed these things into their daily routines and curriculum. However, I will be doing small group and I will be doing individual, but the reality of it is I wear a lot of hats, and the responsibilities of a school counselor look a lot different than the responsibilities of a lot of other people in the building. And this school only has two school counselors, and we're the only ones that can do our job. So for example, nobody else in the building can do a suicide risk assessment. Okay. There's not there's a handful of people who are CPI trained, meaning crisis prevention. So when kids are running out of the building, or when kids are biting or fighting or harming others or themselves, I am one of the few people who is able, but also who's willing to step in to those types of situations. Okay. And so keeping all of that in mind, I'm not always available to go into the class to do those continual lessons, but that's why I am amplifying my content online. So if I am not able to get into the class, you can catch it online at a different time, even if it's not during the school day. Okay. Okay, come on with the Hazel Healthcare, period. I'm glad that mommy you said it was helpful, because they they have visitation during the school day, but they also have it at home. So if you have access to the internet, and a tablet or like a phone, Hazel Health is beneficial. I think the kids can get 24 sessions, and I think they can do once a week. So that's pretty good. And then if the sessions run out, you just we refer them again and the sessions start over. They think I didn't know a workaround. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Period. Let's see. Family partnership. So I want to tell you what this is my last little section. So family types of partnerships. So workforce development is a thing. Miss Garner used to work in HR. So, if you need help with getting your resume together, you need help with you want to apply to a position in the county, you need to be reaching out to Miss Garner. Okay. We provide support for families with domestic violence. Um, we provide help if a family is displaced. Now, we're not giving out money. We're not the church. We are the school, but we do have several churches that we try to partner with. If families really do fall on hard times, we like to save it for families that are in need with multiple children versus sometimes we just simply come out of our own pockets because the bottom line is this is our community and these are our families, so we want to make sure we take care of our community and we take care of our families. We provide food. We do food distribution. I'm not sure when we will start, and I don't know if we're going to be using the same company we've used in the past. But that's something that I will keep you guys updated on. I typically have um, a QR code or like a link that you register and you let Miss Garner know that you're interested in the food distribution and we sign you up and then we'll say, "Hey, come pick your food up." Okay? And child, they started getting fancy last year. They started putting shrimp and chicken and cabbage and collards and yams and potatoes, onions. People making tortillas, cold tortillas, like it's tomatoes, avocados. Y'all know avocados are 2 for $5. They put about 6 avocados in the box. It's giving guacamole. That's what it's giving. So, it's pretty good. I'm curious to which vendor we will use this year. Um, we also have diapers. We have a partner with the Department of Social Services. So, if you need support in signing up for like daycare vouchers, because we do have a before and after care program here, um, we can connect you with Mr. Flowers. What else do we have? We offer shoes, coats. Listen, if you're I'm just telling you now, if your kid come in here and their hair is not done and they don't feel comfortable going to class, there's a good chance they're gonna come home with a different hairstyle. I'ma call you first. But just know, Miss Jackson be in here doing hair. I be braiding hair. One one baby, she was a seventh grader. I used to go to the hair store and buy her the packs of weave and the fake ponytails. And one time the kids had snatched off her ponytail, y'all, because she ain't put the clips in tight. She ain't wearing any more ponytails for the rest of the year, y'all. Had to braid it up. I'm just saying. I'm not buying any more fake ponytails. I will braid the hair though, and I'm gonna buy some bobos. And I do love some edge control. I don't know what it is with the kids now. The edges are like, let me hold you down. It's like, is it an eyebrow? Is it an edge? Is it a ponytail? I don't know. It's way down here, and I don't even have any hair. So here go my edges. Y'all see them? Here go my edges. So we have all of those things here. If you ever need anything, you just say, "Hey, this is what I need. Are you able to help me?" And like I said earlier, the worst case scenario is a no. If we can't do it, that doesn't mean we don't know somebody who can. But that's why it's going to be really important for our families to make sure they are also connecting us to businesses and saying, "Hey, do you think you can donate to my child's school?" You never know. Like Wegmans, I didn't know Wegmans gave out gift cards. First of all, Wegmans got some fresh produce. So I need that little gift card. So those are types of things that we can do, okay? If you need help registering for anything, we have staff here who can help you do that. And yeah, we're just here to help you. We just want to make sure we have a strong partnership. And I wanted to make sure if you guys had any questions, I know it's only the first couple days of school. Oh, let me tell you when back to school night is. I can do that. Check the little calendar. Uh-oh, it's not on here? I know you lying. Oh, I know where it is. Sync the calendar. Hold on, what's this? Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. I just do y'all know how in the cartoons people are like squirrel and they get distracted? The way that I literally for a split second forgot I was doing a live and I was about to start syncing calendars and going through emails. And I was like, wait, focus, Vit. That's what I have to. I call myself Vit. I don't even say Miss Jackson. I'm like, Vit, get it together. Like, tighten up, focus. Let me find. I want to tell you when back to school night is before we dip out of here. Oh, oops, it's me spelling the. Okay, typing too fast. All right, back to school night is do 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 do. September 9th, 6 to 7:30. It's an all white. It's an all white party. There's gonna be line dancing. It's gonna be a block party, DJ, dancing, games, prizes. Okay. Come. So mark your calendar for September 9th, 6 to 7:30. Okay. Please send me the help form, please. Hold on, what's the same? All right. Yes, I'll take your donations. You can bring them in. Come on, Jaguar closet in the pant. Yes, that's what I need. No, for real. So one year we had an excellent, this might have been 2 or 3 years ago. Our team of parents were the bomb diggity. Them jokers would come in drives, in droves, in cohorts, and be like, "What do y'all need done today? Say less." And they ran the book fair for us. They had folded all the laundry, they washed it, they labeled it, they helped get kids in the clothes. They was putting socks on, child. Kids was sitting on laps, getting shoes tied up. It was real good. I would love if you guys could, like I said, organize. And I love the Jaguars closet. And if you guys, ooh, like what do you guys think of like is it called a swap meet? Or like basically like you guys, everybody, we have like a community day. Like, I don't want to call it a flea market because that's given, I don't like the name flea. Like a market of some sort, like a Jaguar market, and you guys bring the things that you no longer need in another family, and then there's like, oh, like a barter system. Like, oh, you want this lamp? Yeah, I got two uniform pants. I don't know. What do you, I don't know. That's an idea though. You see, I always got an idea. But like let's think of that. Let me see. Yes, like an exchange, like a exchange market, but like it doesn't have to be for money. Like you might have a pair of shoes that I like, and you might have a coat that I need. Like, what do y'all think of that? And just like invite the families. Like, mommy, what help form do you need? The one is it? Do you need the one for the family partnerships or like for Miss Garner? Just let me know. You can type it in chat or you can catch me, you can just send me a private message if you want to explain in detail. I'm cool with that. Uh okay. Noted. Yes, family partnerships. Okay. We made it, y'all. It's been an hour and 28 minutes. Eh, Please disregard 4 of those minutes without sound. Don't do that. Let's not worry about the past. Um any other questions that I can answer tonight? Okay. So if not, period, I'm about to put my people into chat GBT. I'm gonna tell y'all who the winner is because it's gonna be the people that's in the chat. Let me see somebody in there. Paste. All right, so I'm putting it in ChatGPT. And so let me tell y'all about ChatGPT. I call ChatGPT my virtual assistants because I pay my $20 a month and she gonna work for her money. The way I just be like, look this up. I put pictures in here and everything. One time I used her to argue, and let me tell you something, she was fighting back. Okay. She did her thing. Okay, so let me tell y'all. So what I did is I took the top fans. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. I want to see. Okay, participants. And let me press enter. Doo-doo, doo-doo. I'm excited. I've never done this, but I'm pressed. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Ah! All right. It says the randomly selected winner is Queen Bee 5112. Woo! Come on, 5112. Come on, ChatGPT. Let me see. So let me put that in here. Woohoo! Woohoo! I don't have any confetti. Look. Woo! Okay, that didn't get, hold on. I want to throw something up. Like, I don't even have anything to throw. Oh, yes, I do. Mrs. Stewart put this nasty food in my office trying to, I don't know. I guess she was trying to make it decorative. We're sharing the space. These are so nasty. I can't wait to give it to kids. Woohoo! You won! Ah! Okay. Let me pick it up because she's going to be like, who ate it all? You ate it? And I don't want to lie because, I don't want to lie. I'll be like, no, girl, I threw it away after I threw it in the air like confetti. That's what I did with it. It was trash. I fed the trash with it. Okay, so Queen Bee 511, please send me a message, and we're going to figure out what you and your baby are going to want me to custom make. So, did y'all like that? Did y'all like me like bargaining with y'all to say, hey, y'all want me to make y'all something? Because if so, I will consider doing this quarterly. So then there'll be multiple winners throughout the year. What y'all think? Like a quarterly situation? It's me waiting on something to pop up in the chat. Y'all probably are like, child, we are going home to bed. It's late. The fact that I'm still at work is shady because I don't even want to tell y'all what time I woke up this morning. Actually, I am. I woke up at 4 o'clock. I was so excited today. I wore jeans because, honey, I'm going to just be honest. Pre-K this year is different. Pre-K is different. I love wearing heels. It's not giving heels this year. I think I need to invest in like a flatter shoe. Pre-K is different. I'm just say that pre-K is different. Kindergarten is different too, but pre-K is real different. I said, I know y'all in here lying. I know y'all lying in here acting like this. The devil is a liar. Yeah, 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 yeah. But guess what? As Miss Jackson, the victory is mine, and the devil's not gonna win. He gonna flee away from here. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me. This was so fun. It was kind of like I was talking to me, but not really, but kind of sorta. Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to see y'all. Parents, I know I did not, for my Jaguar moms and den dads, I know I didn't send the email this morning. And there's no excuse because I said I was going to do it. I do have a reason, but I'm not going to tell y'all because I'm not going to make any excuses. Okay. So I am still collecting emails from parents, and I would prefer to have all the parents come together at one time. You're welcome. You're welcome. And so you will get an email, but obviously it wasn't this morning. But what you need to know is I didn't forget. I'm thorough. I'm thorough. Okay. I love you guys. I am going to go home. I'm going to get some sleep. I am intermittently fasting. It's past my dinner time, so I'm not even going to get to eat tonight. But I do have look, I got to squeeze in a branded. Is this considered like a promotion? I'm promoting my own program. See, one thing I'm going to do. Look, this is Canvas Kids water bottle. We gave those out. We gave t-shirts out. Let me show you my little business card. I like all the kids to have business cards. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, I need to get my hold on. Where's the middle of the hold on. Here we go. Ain't this how they do it on the TikTok? This is the mascara I'm using. Ah! All right, you see, I might be delirious. That's why I'm acting goofy, because I'm tired. Okay. I am out of here, guys. I love you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all know I'm outside at the front of the building hooting and hollering. And if y'all need me, I'm just literally like an email, or if you have my Google number, I'm a text message away. I will talk to you guys soon. Can't wait to see all of your ideas. I can't wait to be a part of Crochet Comfort Corner Club, because the way I need Miss Burr, I need you to crochet me a pillow and a skirt. I want a skirt. Okay. Bye, y'all, for real. Have a good night.